Hi, I'm Harsha. Today I'll continue with my series on morality and on the fourth factor of Yam Sadhana, which is psychophysical emanations. The fourth factor on psychophysical emanation, which is Brahmacarya. Okay, so that sounds complicated. What is Brahmacharya? What does it mean? Brahmacharya is very, very simple and very, 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 very important. Brahmacharya is divided into two words, Brahma and Charya. Brahma is cosmic ideation, cosmic entity, God. And Charya means a special kind of movement. This word in Hindi, in Sanskrit, is used for as the English term would be grazing, as the cows graze. What does the cow do when it grazes? What is the speciality about this form of eating? The speciality is that the cow is not stationary while it's eating, while it's grazing. It is slowly it's moving ahead while it's eating grass or in the fields. So the ideation, the meaning of this word Brahmacharya is for us, for human beings. We are all the time moving around in this world, continuously engaged in various actions, thoughts, processes. And while doing that, what is actually happening? You see, as you think, so you become. Your mental mind, your mind takes the form of your object of desire, of your whatever you are trying to do. You are thinking about it. And if it's a worldly thing, obviously it's a crude thing. And so your mind actually takes a form of that crude object or the crude thought. That is the natural process. That's how everything is done. Everybody does it. But if you give that thought, that external thought, a cosmic ideation, the ancient saints and hermits and monks, they are always, if you see a saintly person, why do you call him a saintly person? What's so special about a person who's a normal person and a saintly person? Because that saintly person looks upon every object as his creation, as his form. Right? So, you see, if you give yourself the responsibility of each and everything of this creation, are you in control? Really? No. You think you are in control, but if you are in control, you could do so many more things. If you could control everything. It has been part of your reactive momenta, your sanskar to do certain things, and you are doing it. And you are successful in those things. But everything is actually the form of God. It is His thought wave, thought projection. Like a projector, you project on the screen and you see everything. But it's coming from within the projector. Now the cosmic mind is projecting, and we are all part of His cosmic projection. And that is the principle that you must understand while following Brahmacharya. You need to understand that your mind gets crudified while doing work. And if you think you are doing it, then the reaction of those actions will come back to you. Your mind, instead of becoming introverted, which is the object of meditation, is actually getting extroverted. You see, when we sit down for meditation, even when I sit down for meditation, as soon as we close our eyes, the mind starts running around in circles and all kinds of problems and activities that you have to do, and your entire diary comes into your mind, planner comes inside your head. Otherwise you might be watching TV and a nice game and you're completely absorbed. You're not thinking about anything else. The moment you start doing meditation, you will see all kinds of thoughts will come flooding inside your head. You'll get absolutely flabbergasted initially. Gradually, you will learn to give a cosmic ideation to every activity, thought, word, action, whatever. And that is very critical. You need to, whenever we work or think, our mind takes the form and becomes crude. Due to this material desire constantly, our very consciousness becomes crudified. Becomes totally crudified. So, if we treat all objects as different expressions of God, Brahma, then we follow the true spirit of Brahmacharya sadhana, meditation. This form of meditation and morality. As a result, your extroversial approach becomes introversial approach. Extroversial means you're all the time thinking extroversially, externally, external objects. And when you meditate, you introvert your mind. You take your mind within yourself. So, the internal introversial approach and love and attachment to material gets converted to the cosmic love and attachment. If you give the thought that this person that you are talking to is a form of God, as saints do, as we try to do, which is your ultimate goal. So, your love for crude things will become love for godly things, because that crude thing will now represent God. You have to give an ideation of God. You see, everything is His mental material. If you understand the basic concept of creation, it is very easy. What we see, a sculpture made from mud. When you see the raw material, it's all mud. And then what happens? The sculptor, the maker, the pot maker. We have in India a lot of statues made of mud, gods, statues, and whatnot. So that person makes it, gives it a form, then dries it up, bakes it, and then paints it. All those kind of things. And then you see a different object. And then what in India they do, they again after doing all their worship and all, they again immerse it in the water, in the rivers. What happens? The water again dissolves it, all the various structures disappear and it returns back to its original form, which is mud, earth. Since same thing is with us, we are all made from his material. And gradually, individually, we are all going to reach that stage where our mental unit, limited structure will expand gradually and merge with the cosmic mind. I'll talk about this complex thing called this human form. What are we? When you say I, you say my body. That means you and your body are not same. So where are you in this body? Where are you? Your Agya Chakra is the seat of mind. This is where you are. And you are the CEO of this body. You are the controller. It's a corporate structure with millions of unicellular cells with having their individual minds. You see, in the morning when you wake up, you will feel drowsy. What is this drowsiness? You have woken up, but there is drowsiness. What is this drowsiness? The drowsiness is that your cellular structure is asleep. And then you go to the washroom and you take a shower. You are instantly fresh. Or you splash your face with water. Instantly fresh. Why? Because then the cellular structure, your office has opened up and workers have come to work. The corporation is in motion. You had woken up. When you woke up, your consciousness came alive and quickly you came from I exist, I am, I do. So, these are the stages through which you come back to this body and then you wake up this body, all the cells, and they come alive and you are back to work. Once that thing gets all amalgamated, you don't realize, you don't feel difference between yourself and this body. Because there is very close structure between you and this body. But if you see, at the end of your toes, you are least concerned. As, let's say, a piece of dirt is touching your feet, you will not feel so disturbed. If it touches, as it comes up, closer, you start getting more and more worried. And if it touches your mind, your head here, you will instantly want to clear it. There's a fly, comes and sit here, nose on your face, you instantly get worried. Why? Because your mind is here. This is the seat of your mind. Seat of your consciousness is Sahasrara Chakra, pineal gland, but this is it. So, anyway, I was coming to Brahmacharya sadhana. The thought to be, while moving in this world, you cannot stop working, you cannot stop thinking. So what you do is, you give, before you start anything, any work or anything else, you must give a thought that whatever I am, whatever am I doing is coming from him, the doer is him, the action is him, the realizer is him, and finally the entire thing culminates in him. This is the basic thought in the Rig Veda. The first 7,000 years ago when the Vedas were formed, this was the very first thought of those people as well. That everything is coming from him, it moves in him, and finally merges in him. The water comes from the ocean, goes through the entire cycle, forms rivers, comes down, and then back into the ocean. So, this is the cosmic cycle which we need to understand as a whole. Only then can you look upon this creation with a very balanced view. Otherwise, if you keep trying to see the world from your perspective, you will feel very frustrated at some point in time or the other. Maybe those who are very successful making money, having a very nice life, may not be bothered at this time. And frankly speaking, when you are in very comfortable situation, you are mentally absolutely happy, the thought of God never really enters your mind. I can tell you from my personal thing also. Whenever I was enjoying life and all that, I always practiced my meditation. But the desire to find answers comes when you are having issues. So, it is very important to understand. You see, whenever I get stressed a lot, I tell myself, and it's a fact, I meditate twice a day. My Tantra meditation, I practice all the 6 lessons twice a day. And during that period, I realize that I'm just a kind of a puppet. Okay, I know a lot of people will get upset when I use the word puppet, but we are players of a drama. There's a movie going on, and there's a director, producer, director one, and he's given everybody different roles, and you are doing that. End of it, what happens? You'll go home. You'll not think much about it. So, it is very important to understand this cosmic cycle for you to give a cosmic ideation to everything that you do or think. So, while it is important to have a desire, it is important for a spiritualist that this desire should be controlled by giving a cosmic godly ideation. It is important to desire. Desire is very critical. You see, the Muladhara chakra, the base of your spine, the first chakra, controls 4 propensities: dharma, artha, kam, moksha. Kam is desire. And desire is the fundamental law of creation. God desired and creation was started. So, desire will be your last point of departure. It will never go. Only thing is from extroversion to introversion, from crude to subtle. Your desire direction will change. Ideation will change. Desire will always be there. Without desire, you cannot do anything. So don't think that, oh, I should become desireless. No. You can never become desireless. Those who have some kind of a mental defect or disease, they feel this kind of a thing. It's a defect not to feel desire. Your desire may be of different kinds, different directions, yes. But desire has to be there. To be successful in life or in spirituality, you have to have desire. So, you must have desire, but that desire need to be having a cosmic ideation. Now, there is you see, you need to channelize your mind towards that direction. There's if a river is uncontrolled, it floods here and there. But when you channelize it, you give it canals, you give it, direction, it gives you good water into agriculture, provides water to the houses. Wonderful. Life. So, your desire, if is well channelized, you will not go wrong. It should be controlled. Do everything, and every activity needs desire. Keep on doing it. But it should be well controlled. You need to know that your entire existence is finally in his lap. Right? Now in India, in some places, Brahmacarya word was wrongly used. It was used for celibacy, suppression of sexual feelings. The celibate people were known as Brahmachari. Now, this is not there in the West, but it is there in the East, especially in India, that those who are celibate, who are not allowed to marry, who do not get married, they say, oh, I am a pure Brahmachari. Now, this word has got nothing to do with celibacy. Actually, sexual desire and sexual feeling is part of our natural progression. It's a glandular hormonal process, and it is very natural for human beings to have this desire. Men and women, all have desires. Desire for sex, the hormone develops and these feelings come to the mind. And therefore marriage is necessary. Marriage is just one organized system of our society so that this sexual energy is channelized. At the same time, we have a structured society. There's something called love. It's not just a physical thing. We are psychological beings as well. We need love, we need attachment, and those things are combined with sex, and we have a family life. Wonderful. But it's got nothing to do with Brahmacharya. So, what happens is, if you forcibly do celibacy, if you force yourself, what will happen is, it's like a pressure cooker. Your mind will become like a pressure cooker. And you will burst from some other side. Some other propensity, other feeling will explode in another direction. For example, if you suppress sexual feelings, like many monks do, they develop a lot of anger. That entire energy gets diverted into that direction. They cannot control that anger. Or some other form of greed. So, something else will come out. And it will be uncontrollable. And that is not desired. You see, that leads to hypocrisy. And hypocrisy is not morality. We cannot be hypocrites. We cannot be something outside and internally we are feeling something else. Today a lot of these things are happening. A lot of so-called monks, they are secretly engaging in sex or other kind of activities, or they are interested in power. They are building, they want to become big. They want to become like a god. So this hunger becomes uncontrollable. So you need to be true to yourself. You need to be follower of Satya, eternal truth, as I told you before. These are all interlinked things. You will find that all these 10 points are interlinked. You may be following 9, but if you are not following the 1/10th one, these 9 will also fall apart, one by one. It's like the knitted sweater, the knitted pullover, sweater, whatever is called, different part of the world. It's from a single thread. If one thread is pulled, the entire sweater opens out. So morality is a single thing having 10 different partitions, forms, which we need to understand and follow, and you will find that they are all basically interlinked. So I'll conclude here that Brahmacharya is actually cosmic, while moving in this world to be completely absorbed in cosmic ideation. When a person is all the time absorbed, he reaches that final stage of salvation. So we have to practice it on a daily basis, on moment to moment basis, and that will not only help us keep our minds light, it will keep us free from future reaction to our action, which I'll speak about when I speak about the 6 lessons of tantric meditation. Brahmacharya sadhana forms the second lesson. And for that there is a particular ideation, a mantra, which is practiced as during the entire day's work and everything. So, very interesting. 4th point, Brahmacharya. The last one, 5th one, I'll deal with the next time. It's called Aparigraha. And I'll explain to you what that is. Take care and do spread this message to all your friends. I'll be very grateful, and you'll be doing service to humanity, to your friends as well. And we'll keep in touch. Take care and have a nice day. Bye.